products were born. I went on ahead to buy that 200 ml of oil from the rural women, used it on myself, and it worked amazingly. And I must tell you, I'm a very shy person. But I'm a trained information technologist. I used to work as a medical engineer at Siemens. So when I realized that, you know what, there is an opportunity. At those times, there was Facebook, there was Twitter. I opened a secret group, and I started marketing the oil to my friends, telling them, you know what, I've found a secret to your skin. I rebottled those bottles. I think the first bottles were 5. I gave it to 5. One was my colleague. Her mother was in a car accident. She used it, and the scar was better. And I was like, you know what, I am on the right path. I went to stock more of the oil, but however, I always knew my vision was to be in retail. I wanted to be next to bio oil. I wanted to be next to Nivea. I wanted one day when people talk about ponds, they should easily say, I use Portia M. That has always been my goal, irregardless of every discouragement I got along the way. That dream took long, of course, because, you know, there's compliance when you want to be on the shelf. And having a business that you're bootstrapping, you know, there was no bank that wanted to fund us. So everything was funded from a salary, day by day. I remember my husband even paid for the trademarking. The attorneys, we had to find them, because no bank wanted to fund us. I remember the first order that I received from ShopRite, which actually changed the face of the business. I went to FNB. I've been banking with FNB. I showed them the order, like, look, I'm going to get 160,000 after this. They still did not fund us. However, that's where my negotiation skills came in. I had to go to ShopRite and be vulnerable. I told them, you know what, we can make the product, but we just don't have the money to buy the ingredients and the packaging. By the grace of God, they agreed to pay us that, and said that as soon as you deliver, after a week, we will pay you. That order took everything, all the stock that we had. We then delivered to ShopRite, and after that, the business changed. I remember at the time I had only 2 employees who were students, biochemistry students. I was embarrassed to even show them how I produce my products, because at the time we were still melting the wax with a 2-plate stove at the Innovation Hub. And we were mixing with the kitchen mixer, the one that you use for your cakes. That's what we were using. However, I'm still grateful today because South Africa still supported us. People would tell us on social media that, you know what, your Portia, your lotion has clogs in it. But they say, I timed it, yes, They still supported us. And we then, when we were based at the Innovation Hub, we got a grant there from CEDA, which enabled us to buy our first machinery. For the first time, we could really have a smooth lotion. At the time, I remember I met this amazing women from, I was at an exhibition. So these 5 women from ABSA, they came through my stand and they said, you know what, we actually love what you're doing. We know as ABSA we cannot give you money because in cosmetics, this is very risky. But we can take you to 10 cities across the country to market your business. I took that opportunity. That's where I learned how to stand in front of people and speak and sell, you know. At the last city that we went to was in Cape Town. There we met Mrs. Ackerman, Suzanne. And, you know, when they told me Suzanne is in the building, I made sure that, you know what, I have to speak my heart out. I went in front, presented, and she loved the product. She liked the person, Portia M. She actually came to me and said, you know what, you're going against giants. Are you ready? You know, I was like, you know, greater is he. That is really than the one. Amen. You know? And she asked me, why did you name this product Portia? And I was like, you know what, the good book says, God knows us by name. Yeah. And he also said to Abraham, leave your country and your people and I shall make your name great. And I told her there's greatness in our names. And everyone that is going to use Portia M will feel that greatness. This is my spirit. This is what I'm giving to the world. She then made an appointment for me with one of the buyers. I went to present, and they loved the concept. They gave me 200%, but they told me, you know what, some of your packaging is not good enough. And besides, people don't know who Portia is. You know, try and build the brand a bit more. However, they still gave me 40 of their stores. Most of them were franchise stores where I had to sell to the buyers again, you know, to say, please put my product on the shelf. I did not stop there. You know, there's power in speaking. Speak to things. It doesn't matter, they might not speak back to you, but the universe is listening. I will go to those shelves and say, one day, this whole shelf will belong to Portia M. You know, from top to bottom, it will stock with Portia M products. After 3 months, we marketed on social media intensively. And I must say, there was no budget again for marketing. There's this one woman who posted her picture and said, you know what, my skin used to look like this. And now it looks so spotless. I'm using this product, it's called Portia M. And more people kept on coming out and said, you know what, we use this product, we use this product. Even today, we don't have the face of Portia M. The people that use the product are the face of Portia M. At Pick n Pay, we got the 40 stores. After 3 months, they gave us more stores. And now, obviously, our products are found in most Pick n Pay stores. Then I went to Dis-Chem, because that's where, honestly, facial products are mostly commonly found. That was my dream, to be there. I went there and they also told me the same story. Portia, we are not ready for you. Nobody knows who you are, and you know, you still have to grow the brand a bit. I went to Clicks. They said no. We didn't give up on social media. We took the criticism. We took the negativity. But I told myself, you know what, as a customer, I would love to have a brand that engages with me every second. You know, whenever I send a message, I would like a response. And we've made that key to our marketing, that we are the most engaging brand on social media. And that's what grew our page. And some people, you know, you'll have to play a psychologist, because some of the skin problems that you see, they really need medical attention. But they'll start with us first. The page grew. We now have over 1 million followers across our social media platforms. Portia M grew, and one day I got a call from the director of Dis-Chem, Mrs. Suzman. She called me to her office and said, Portia, now I'm ready to list you in every store, every Dis-Chem store.
Wow.
I got a call as well from Clicks. So these places, I did not have to go and knock again. They noticed the growth. So whatever you're doing as an entrepreneur, everybody's watching. Yeah. Everybody's watching. Don't give up. Everybody's watching. Clicks called me. They also listed me at one point in all their stores. That is some of the part of the journey, what we went through. Currently, we have a factory that is about 1,600 square meters. We employ over 140 people that work for us permanently. Our products being available in over 2,000 stores, that means there are merchandising jobs that are created because our products are there. However, as an entrepreneur, my passion really is to say, as Africans, we cannot allow a time where every solution that we've ever known comes from somebody else. It would have hurt me very deeply if a European company came back to sell marula oil to me when I knew exactly the secrets of what marula can do. It's high time we start believing in our own African science. You know, we need to believe that we understand our own skin. We have the solutions for our own country, for our own continent. Someone once asked me, why do you speak about Africa so much? Don't you want the whole world? Don't you want to be global? We will be global, but we are the money in Africa. You know, we have the population, you know. And I was like, if we can make sure that we are the anchor brand in Africa, imagine the people, the jobs that we will create as a brand for our own African brothers and sisters, and the solutions that will come from Africa to the world. So hence, it's our passion that, you know what, every day our fight is that we need to become the anchor brand. It can't be a European brand telling South Africans, use me, and we are here. Some of the learnings and some of the highlights that have happened, Portia M turned 10 years last year. 10 years of I remember when I resigned from Siemens, it was in 2003. Sorry, in 2013. I just had my second son, and I was like, no, I don't belong here, you know. Corporate is good, but this is not me, you know. There's something greater that I need to do. I remember my boss at the time asked me, Portia, did you do something to you? I was like, no, I'm just pregnant with something, and it has to come out. I can't abort this, I have to do this, because this is not about me, but it's about generations to come. You know, the Portia M name, it's no longer honestly mine. It's a brand on its own, and it's for generations to come. There are people now opening stores. We've got our own Portia M stores now. We've got about 10 across the country. We were opening one yesterday in Venda. You know, I'm here and there are people working there. And just imagine that risk that I took to leave Siemens and say, you know what, I'm following my dream. There are people now who have jobs. There's families now that are being fed. And I believe each one of us, there's something that God has given us that we need to manifest and give to the world. It doesn't matter how small it is. If something as small as marula oil, I mean, this is marula. Some people used to ask me, won't this oil make our skin drunk? It's marula, and today we've got different ranges. We've got marula, we've got pomegranate, we've got the baby range, we have baby wipes there. So from a small thing, so much can be created. So never look down on yourself or whatever it is that, you know, you keep seeing that I need to do this, I need to do it. Do it with all your might. Some of the learnings that I've learned is the power of humility. You know, humility will get you far, and sincerity. There's no need to cut corners. Just be your true self. Just be your true self. The right people will assist you on your journey. You know, my brother touched on rejection. I've felt it so many times. I've felt it so many times. When they say no, I remember when I went to present at Macro, and the buyer said, you know, your presentation, I'll give you 200%. But these products are in wrong containers. We just can't help you right now. Go and fix your containers. You know, that was painful. I came back with the correct container. She said, no, we are still not ready. Go and build a brand a bit more. You know, yes, it's been 10 years, but honestly, to be in retail, it's only on the 5th year that we had our first shelf in retail. In all those times, we were selling from house to house. We were selling at church. Somebody will order 5 bottles, and I'll go and deliver. Someone will order a bottle in Rustenburg, 100 ml. I'll drive there and deliver. Because I knew this is a seed one day. All these people that I'm planting the seed, whom I'm honoring, honor people's energy, honor your customers. They will have your back. I know mine have my back. When the storms come, we had a storm in 2020, COVID, you know. We had a storm on Twitter in 2020. We didn't realize, you know, every day we do what we love. We market, we put pictures out there, our customers are excited, they go to the stores. And during COVID, because most people were mostly on their phone, they got exposed to our products. And we didn't know that we are becoming the #1 selling brand at Clicks and other retailers. We didn't know. However, one night I was awakened by, we were trending on Twitter, and somebody said, Portia M bent my face. This side was totally bent, according to the picture, but this side was fine. Everybody was like, yeah, Portia M, Portia M. And at the time, I wasn't aware that you can actually buy influencers and attack somebody. Because my mindset was never set on that. We were just marketing our products, doing it from a good place. Only to find that later on we learned that, no, these are other brands. They are very angry. Because apparently Portia M is now #1 in clicks. A few weeks later, we won the Supplier of the Year for 2020. And I must tell you, I was vulnerable, I was shocked, I was emotionally, I got touched, because I didn't understand where this is coming from. Some of them even said, I hate Portia. I was like, oh, this person doesn't even know me. I went to their account and like, I've never met this person. So they don't know me from a bar of soap. But it was influencers meant to attack a brand. What I said about customers having your back, I did not have to answer for myself. It was the people who used the Portia M product who came out and said, no, this product is like this, I'm like this, it is fine. And others were asking, but if you bend from one side, were you using it on one side? The product all over your face. How can you only bend you one side? We tried to track that woman, we tracked her in, we brought her because we work with dermatologists. We took her to a dermatologist to check on the scar. They found that there was no scar. Eventually, she did tell us the truth, that she was bought, but it was a very painful time, I must say. There were many doubts in my spirit. Are we on the right track? Is it really true that people don't love us? So when that award came, it was a light that we all needed. Being a leader is not easy, because during those times, you have to be strong for everybody else. You have to carry everybody and still say, you know what, we are still going forward. And that was a learning for me. That was the trauma that we had to go through, but today we are stronger. We know that there are such things that would happen. And after that incident, we won the award, and then we were like, no. Most of these people, when they spoke about Portia, they still remember the Portia with her 2-plate stove somewhere. Portia, products. How long has this brand been around? You know, and it happened at the right time because that was the year that we were turning 10 years. And I'm like, okay, we are creating this quality video that you saw. We created a quality video. We also hired the influencers. I remember telling my team that, you know, these people are buying people for us. They are forgetting that now we have their money. So we are also going to buy the best influencers that we trend. And we trended for the right reasons and for the truth, you know. So those were some of the learnings, that the importance of humility, the importance of honoring your customers, but most importantly, honor the people that you work with. Honor your workers. These people, I had 2 hands. I used to label the product myself. But as the business grows, you need people to help you. And your workers are those people. We've made a conscious decision with my husband and the other board members, he's also on the board, that at our factory we will buy bread, coffee and tea each day for our employees. So everyone gets their pack of coffee, tea, and bread is delivered at our factory every day. Because people come from different families. You might say somebody's earning a salary, by the 5th, it's all gone. You know, and if we thought we can make a difference, a little difference, we will do that. You won't believe that some people, they don't want to resign because of that. Because they get something, they know the company cares for them. It's very important to care for your employees. I'm not saying all the employees will be perfect. We also have some rotten potatoes. It happens from time to time that you have to let people go. But the majority of the people are grateful. At the moment, the factory is too big. I can't be there every day, but they work as if I'm there. I think what also helped was that when we started, I think I only stopped working in the factory when we had about 50 employees. Otherwise, when you walked into our Portia M factory, you wouldn't tell who's the managing director, who's the manager, because we were all the same. That was very important. It's a very important principle that we instill the spirit of the leader in the organization so that you get the results that you were hoping for. One other learning that I learned is perseverance. Going around getting rejected, all the doors slammed at you, taking a no, and deciding not to come back. I've learned that that is not the answer. Whoever says no to you, please ask them, what can I do better so that you look at my product again? Don't just go. I know we live in a country that has a very sad history of racism. And some of us, sometimes when we go into those offices, we meet buyers, we sense that. Sometimes it doesn't have to be said, you sense it. Don't make that a stumbling block for you. Ask questions, ask them. When you say, no, I can't list this, what is it that I have to do right so that next time you look at my products? Do everything with excellence. It doesn't matter what you have. Remember, we did not have machinery. We were mixing with a kitchen mixer, but we did it with all our might. There might have been clogs that were still there because, of the technicalities, but I know I did the first product with all my might. I cleaned up that bottle. I tried my best to make that label to look better. Do everything with excellence. Excellence doesn't mean that you have everything in order. You do your best with whatever you have. Also, just one more thing. When I left home today, my second-born son said to me, "Mommy, just be yourself. Be yourself. Don't be anybody else. Just be yourself." And that is a principle I honestly live by. I do what I love. And I am myself in it. Anyone who experiences Portia M, some might have a bad experience. There's no product that works for everybody. We are continuously researching. We are continuously, every time there's a problem, it's an opportunity for us to create more products. Thank you for your feedback, positive and negative. It helps us to become better. I've learned that when you do anything and you are yourself, it can only become the greatest thing you've ever done in your life. Because trying to be somebody else is very difficult. Yeah. Somebody else is already taken. Do everything with all your might, with the best of your ability, and always be yourself. Thank you so much.
Portia M, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And I think a really nice round of applause for, we're going to get the stage ready in just a second because the choir